Have you ever had a Rubik's Cube sitting at your house, and then one day you picked it up, but you were never able to solve it? Well, today is the day that you solve it once and for all. Let's get into the video. Before you learn to solve the Rubik's Cube, you need to know the fundamentals. So there are 6 faces on the cube, each face having a different color. And there are 3 types of pieces. Corner pieces, which have 3 colors and are found on the corners. Edge pieces, which are found in the middle sides of the cube and have 2 colors, and the center pieces, which are at the center of each face and have only 1 color. That's all you need to know, and let's actually get into solving it now. The first step of solving a Rubik's Cube is making what looks like a daisy on the top layer of the cube. This consists of a yellow centerpiece and 4 white edge pieces oriented around it. To solve the daisy, we are going to hold the yellow centerpiece on the top of the cube. You will keep this yellow centerpiece on the top for the whole solve until the last step. The first step of solving the daisy is finding a white edge piece in the middle layer and bringing it up. There could be 3 cases for this, so watch closely. The case you could get is when your white edge piece is in the middle layer. So you're going to rotate until one white edge piece faces you. This means that the color white is facing you, and you are going to move it up to the yellow side just like this. The second case you could get for the daisy is when you have a piece facing the bottom, and that means that white is facing the bottom. So what you're going to do is rotate until the white is facing the bottom, and rotate the front side twice, and that should bring it up. The last and most difficult case you could get is when you have the yellow face on top, and white is facing towards you on one of the edge pieces. Now for this, you're going to want to hold it until white is facing you on the front face, and that there's an unsolved slot above this piece. What you're going to do now is rotate the front layer once, and now you're going to bring this piece up like normal. You may have come across the case where when you're trying to bring up one piece, it messes up another piece. So take for example this case, how I'm trying to bring up this orange and white piece, but when I do that, it messes up this blue and white piece. So what you're going to do is see which piece it messes up first, and look where that piece is. So we know that if we rotate this piece up, it's going to mess up this piece. Then we're going to rotate until there's an unsolved piece in the same spot that that piece was. So if it messed up the blue and white piece, we're going to rotate until there's an unsolved piece in that same spot. Then you can bring it up, and as you can see, it didn't mess up that piece. The next step after the daisy is having a white cross on the bottom with matching columns. So to solve the white cross, we're going to look at our daisy and pick one of the edge pieces. I'm going to go ahead and pick this blue piece. Now whichever color is facing front, which is blue, we're going to rotate until we have a match. So this edge piece matches this center piece. Once you have that match, you're going to rotate the front twice to bring it down to the white side. You're then going to rotate to the next edge piece. So this is red, and I'm looking for the red centerpiece to match it to. Oh look, it's already matched here. So then I'm going to rotate the front twice. You'll do the same for each white piece in the top layer until they've all come to the bottom layer. So next I see this orange piece, so I'm going to rotate it until it makes a match with a centerpiece and rotate the front twice. The last piece is this green-white piece, and I'm going to rotate until it makes a match and then turn the front twice. And as you can see, we have solved our white cross on the bottom. One thing you can come across when you're solving your cross or daisy is that some corner pieces come oriented along with the edge pieces. But you don't need to worry about those. It's only the edge pieces that need to be oriented. And if you accidentally orient a corner, don't worry about it. Just ignore it. After you've solved the white cross, the next step of the cube is solving the white side along with the first layer of the cube. Now to do this, you're going to need to learn your very first algorithm. So I'm going to have the algorithm up here for those of you that already know how to read algorithms, but if you don't, then that's okay. So the algorithm goes where you move the right side up, move the top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Once again, right up, top to the left, right down, top to the right. For this step, you are going to find a white corner piece in the top layer of the cube. Then you're going to see what other colors it has on it. So I saw this piece, and I also see that it has red and green on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that piece is in your top right, and then you're going to rotate until you see the red and green sides. So top right, and it has to be in between the other 2 sides. So if this was white, and it had red and green on it, it had to be between the red and green sides, as you can see. Now, it wouldn't be correct if we had it over here, because now it's between the red and blue sides. So top right and between the other two sides. So this piece is going to come down here, and what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that algorithm that we had earlier. So right up, top to the left, right down, top to the left. And so luckily this came down already. But what we're going to do is we're going to find our next piece, which is red and blue and white. And this is already where it needs to be. So we're going to put this in our top right, and we're going to repeat that algorithm. Up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right. And just do it over and over until white comes to the bottom. Do the same for each side. So white corner here, blue and orange, so we'll put it in the top right and between the blue and orange sides, and repeat that algorithm. And once again, we have our last piece, so white, green, orange, put it between the green and orange sides, and put it in the top right, and do that algorithm again until the white side comes to the bottom. And there you have it, your white side is solved. One case you could come across during this step is where you have no white pieces in the top layer, but you have an unsolved piece here. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the cube until you have the unsolved piece in your bottom right, and you're just going to do that same algorithm. So up, left, down, right, and that should set you up for a different case. So you just do that like normal. So white corner, green, orange, top right, right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right, and keep on doing that algorithm. And as you can see, we just had a regular case. So for the next step, after you've solved the white corners in the bottom layer, you're going to solve the edges in the middle layer, as well as the whole layer itself. So for this step, you're going to need to use that same algorithm that you used in the last step, but you're going to need to know one additional algorithm. That algorithm goes where you move the left side up, top to the right, left side down, top to the left. Once again, left up, top to the right, left down, top to the left. And practice that algorithm so that you can get used to it. And remember the other algorithm, which is right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Once again, right up, top to the left, right down, top to the right. And practice both of those algorithms until you become very familiar with those, because you're going to be using them a lot in this step. So for this step, I'm going to be calling the two algorithms by different names. So the first algorithm, where you move the right and top layers, I'm going to call that the right side algorithm. And the one with the left and top layers, I'm going to call that the left side algorithm. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find an edge piece in the top layer that does not have yellow on it. So these two can't be the piece because they both have yellow on them. But if it could be one of these two because they don't have yellow on them. So I'm going to pick this piece, and then I'm going to look at which color's on the front. So this piece has red on the front. So once you've found what color's on the front, you're going to rotate the top layer until there's a vertical line down the middle of that side. So this has red on the front. So I'm going to rotate the top layer until there's a vertical line down the middle of the red side. What you're going to do next is you're going to determine which way this piece needs to go. Does it need to go to the right or to the left? This piece can't go to the left because it has blue and red, and this piece is green and red. So we know it has to go to the right because this slot is green and red. So what you're going to do is you're going to move it in the opposite direction of the way it needs to go. So since this needs to go to the right, you're going to rotate the top layer to the left. Now you're going to do the algorithm of whichever side it does need to go to. So we rotated the top side to the left, and it needs to go to the right. So we're going to do the right side algorithm first. Then we're going to rotate to that side. So we're not going to rotate to the left because the piece isn't going to the left. We're going to rotate to the right because the piece is going to the right. So we're going to rotate to the right, then do the left side algorithm. And as you can see, we've solved this piece. Then you'll do that for each edge piece in the top layer without yellow, and you should come across the solution. We're going to make a vertical line, and if the piece needs to go to the right, we're going to move it to the left, do the right side algorithm, rotate to the right, and do the left side algorithm. However, if it does need to go to the left, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate to the right, because that you're rotating it in the opposite direction. Then you'll do the left side algorithm, rotate to the left, and do the right side algorithm, and it should be solved now. A problem you could come across during this step is when you don't have any non-yellow edge pieces in the top, but you have an unsolved slot. So what you're going to do is do the right side algorithm to take this pair out, and then you're going to rotate the right side up, the top to the left twice, the right side down, and the top to the right. Then you're going to insert this corner back in as if it was from the last step. So we're going to do the right side algorithm until the white comes to the bottom, and then you'll solve this piece like normal. So it needs to go to the right, so we rotate to the left, do the right side algorithm, rotate to the right, and do the left side algorithm. The next step after you've solved the first 2 layers of the cube is making a yellow cross on top with the edge pieces in the center. For this step, there's 3 total cases. The first case you could get during this step is where if you cover up the corner pieces, you have a line formed with the edge and centers. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the cube until this makes a horizontal line. So not vertical, but horizontal. That means pointing to the left and right. Then what you're going to do is rotate the front face to the right, do that right hand algorithm that you had earlier, and rotate the front face back to the left. So you're basically undoing the front face move that you did earlier. Now you should have your yellow cross. The next case you could get during this step is when if you cover up the corners, your edge pieces make an L shape. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this L in your top left, and it should make a backwards L. Now what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the front face clockwise, do the right hand algorithm not once, but twice, and move the front face counterclockwise, undoing the first move that you did. Now you should have a yellow cross. The third case, which is the most difficult, is where if you cover up the corner pieces, there are no edge pieces oriented, and you just have a dot in the center with the centerpiece. So you can do this from any angle. What you're going to do is you're going to rotate the front face clockwise, so to the right. Then you're going to do the right hand algorithm twice, move the front face back or counterclockwise to the left, and now you have a bar case. So what you're going to do is rotate until it's horizontal, and then do the algorithm for the bar case, which is the front face to the right, one right hand algorithm, and the front face back to the left. The next step is orienting these edges so that they are solved. So as you can see, these edge pieces match the side that they're on. To get this, what we're going to need to know is one more algorithm. I'm going to put the algorithm up here if you already know how to read algorithms, but if you don't, then that's okay. I'll show you how to do it. This algorithm goes where you move the right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the left, right side up, top to the left twice, right side back down. Once again, move the right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the left, right side up, top to the left again, right side down. For this step, what you're going to do is you're going to pick one piece that's unsolved, and you're going to try and solve it. You can get 3 cases for this step. The first case is where you have 2 adjacent pieces solved and 2 adjacent pieces unsolved. You're going to rotate the cube until the 2 adjacent unsolved pieces are in the bottom left, and you're going to do that algorithm that I showed earlier, which is right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the left, right side up, top to the left twice, right side down. You may have to adjust a piece for it to be solved, but all of your pieces should be solved after that step. The last case you can get for this step is where no matter how much you turn the top, you can only get one edge solved. And for this case, you'll just do that algorithm once, and you'll be set up with a different case. The next step in solving the cube is to orient these corners, the yellow corners, so that they have matching colors that correspond with the sides they're on. So as you can see, this corner is correct because it has blue and orange here, and the sides it's above are orange and blue. And as you can see, the rest of these corners are correct. So to learn this step, what you're going to need to do is learn one last algorithm. That algorithm goes, move the top to the left, move the right side up, move the top to the right, move the left side up, and you're doing the same thing, but you're moving the sides down. So moving the top to the left, right side down, moving the top to the right, left side down. Once again, top to the left, right side up, top to the right, left side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right, left side down. So for this step, you can get two cases. The first being where all of them are already solved. The first case you can get is where you have none of these oriented correctly. So none of the corners are in the right position. So you'll just do that algorithm from anywhere. And you'll be set up with the other case. The other case you can get is where you have only one corner in the right place. And you're going to hold this in the top right. And what you're going to do is the same algorithm. And if you adjust the top face, all of your pieces should be in the right position. The last step of solving the Rubik's Cube is solving the whole top layer and finishing the whole cube. For this step, you're going to rotate the cube until white faces the top. Then you're going to find an unsolved piece in the bottom layer. You're going to put that piece in the bottom right, and you're going to do the right-hand algorithm from earlier. Here's a recap. Turn the right side up, turn the top to the left, turn the right side down, move the top to the right. Once again, right side up, top to the left, right side down, top to the right. Repeat that algorithm until yellow comes to the bottom. Move the next unsolved corner over and do the same thing. Move the next unsolved corner over and do the same thing. And do the same for the last unsolved corner. And make sure you're putting it in the bottom right each time. With a little adjustment, you should have your full cube solved. If you're wondering where I get all my cubes, I get them from speedcubeshop.com. It's probably the best cube shop out there. I'll have links in the description to buy my main cubes and to buy other cubes from Speedcube Shop. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.